ranking every US state by their first Christmas tree image on Google. I searched Christmas tree in, followed by each state name, and used whatever the first image was, unless that image was of a Christmas tree farm. If that was the case, I scrolled through to find the next picture of an actual tree itself. I'll consider the entire photo, but the primary focus is going to be the tree itself. Here we go. Number 50, an easy choice, Ohio. What in the Charlie Brown Christmas tree is this? I know it's huge, but this just looks pathetic. 49, Florida. This also looks terrible, but at least we have a couple ornaments. 48, Hawaii. Now maybe this is some sort of Hawaiian tradition, but that doesn't make it any less boring, and it still looks kind of Charlie Brownish. 47, Texas. Just not an ideal looking Christmas tree, and it's not very well decorated either. 46, Nevada. Now we are getting somewhere here with the decorations. Doesn't look too bad, but the tree itself is so skimpy. 45, Louisiana. Now I like what they're trying to do here with the Louisiana theme to this, especially with the alligator, but this just doesn't feel like Christmas. 44, Virginia. Nice little Christmas scene here, but none of these trees are really anything special. 43, Arkansas. Same thing, a nice Christmas scene, but nothing really special. 42, Mississippi. A pretty tree inside someone's home, but from here on out, we're going to see some giant trees, so this one just can't compete with those. 41, Nebraska. A nice large tree, but with literally zero decoration, so it's got to be out right here. 40 is Maryland with this little crab tree. Now, it's a cool concept and represents their state well, so that's why I made it this far. But a cool concept doesn't necessarily look pretty, and this one certainly does not. 39 is Maine. Same thing here, except with lobsters. Looks a little bit better because it's got the green base, but just can't compete with the real trees we'll see in this series. 38, Alabama. If you're a fan of the Crimson Tide, I'm sure this is elite for you, but if you're not, it's just a nice looking tree. 37, South Dakota. Nothing flashy here, but there's several pretty trees in it. 36, New Hampshire. Same thing. 3 nice looking trees with some red and green lights. Nothing crazy good, but it's a nice scene. 35, Washington. Nice scene in their Capitol building. Just wish the tree was a little more full. 34, Alaska. Beautiful surrounding scenery, but remember the primary focus of this series is the tree itself. And this one's a little bit skinny, and the decorations are not spread out evenly whatsoever, so gotta eliminate this one here. 33, Massachusetts. Nice snowy scene here, but I personally prefer bright and colorful lights over the plain white ones, so that's why I'm knocking this one out. 32, Missouri. Same thing, just the tree's a little bit bigger. Nice scene, but not really my style. 31, Delaware. Another one with the white lights, but I like the star on top as well as the snow in the background. 30 is New Mexico. Obviously, it was a tree brought from there to the U.S. Capitol. Very large. I like the way it's decorated. I just wish we could have seen it at night because I'm looking for bright and eye-popping here. 29, Kentucky. Same thing. I just like the decorations on this one a little bit more. 28, Oklahoma. I know the primary factor in this series is the tree itself, but I do slightly consider its surrounding scenery, and this giant crane in front of the tree kind of ruins it, but this thing is massive, so that's why it made it this far. 27, North Dakota, just a nice looking tree inside the lobby of a building. 26, Iowa, a nice large colorful tree, so I like that, but there are some gaps in the decorations around here, and there's cones around the tree, so gotta knock it out. 25, Oregon, a really pretty scene with the bright tree in the background of the woods. I just wish the tree was closer to the front of the photo. 24, West Virginia. I've said many times in this series, I like bright and colorful decorations, so this is a little surprising to have made it this far, but I just think it looks great in front of their Capitol building. 23, Utah, another one that's pretty simple, but also in the Capitol building, so just makes for a nice look. And one more in a Capitol building. 22 is Georgia. This is gorgeous, a very large tree, and I like the red ribbons hanging down from it. 21, Tennessee. Some might argue the last view should be ahead of this one, and I would be okay with that, but I personally prefer the bright blue lights of this one, and you got some other trees here, so that's why it made it this far. Number 20, Montana. A gorgeous scene, and the tree is very well decorated, but gotta knock this one out here because the tree's so much smaller than most of the ones we have remaining. 19, Idaho, another gorgeous scene with the snowy tree. Just got to knock it out here because it's not big enough to compete with the others. 18, Pennsylvania, a really pretty look with the multicolored tree. Obviously some editing done with the music notes around the tree, but still a good look. 17, Wyoming, really pretty, lots of lights on this one. Mike could use a few more lights here in the middle, but otherwise this one's solid. 16, Minnesota, this one looks great. I'm just knocking it out here because we can't see the full tree, so I don't know how big this one truly is. 15, California. Obviously, this one is gigantic, so I love that. And then I like the building in the background lit up as well. 14, South Carolina. This one made it very far to not be a nighttime scene with all the bright lights shining, but I just love the ornaments on this one. They make for a gorgeous look. 13, Michigan, another one that just looks great, very well lit, and I like the Capitol building in the background. 12, Wisconsin. I just like all the lights and decorations on this one, and it looks great inside their Capitol building. 11, Indiana. When I say I like bright, eye-popping trees, this is exactly what I mean. So many great colorful lights to this one. I love it. Number 10, New Jersey. A unique looking tree, and I just love all the surrounding colors in this picture. Number 9, Colorado. Obviously a tree taken from there to the Capitol building, but still just a gorgeous look. I love the decorations to this one. This is a great tree. 8, Connecticut, another very unique one. This one is made out of lobster traps, and unlike some of the ones we saw earlier, this does look just like a Christmas tree. This is such a cool concept and even got an anchor on the top, perfect for their state. 7, North Carolina. I like the gold lights in this one. Not too many of them have had that feature. Also like the star up top, and this looks great in front of the building. 6, Kansas. As I've said many times, I prefer the bright and colorful lights, but these white lights just look absolutely incredible, all surrounding this area, capped off by the big tree in the center. 5 is Rhode Island. Just a gigantic tree covered in colorful lights. This is well done. 4, Vermont. Now, I know this tree is so small compared to most of the other ones in the top 10, but like, come on, this is an absolutely surreal scene. Just looks incredible with the lit tree and all the snow on it. Number 3, Illinois. This is another one that is phenomenal. Obviously, it's huge, very well decorated, very well lit. This is a great look. And for the top 2, I kept going back and forth between them. I could not decide, but in the end, I went with Arizona at number 2. This tree is gorgeous. Love the bright lights and all the decorations. Even got some gifts down below. Santa Claus, a gingerbread man. This one is fantastic. And number 1, it's just gotta be New York. Although I love the tree that Arizona had, this is the most iconic Christmas tree in the world. So gotta put Rockefeller Center number 1. Always a gorgeous scene.